Gary and I are sat at the table in our break room, just chilling, doing pretty much nothing, enjoying life, and just having a blast. We're speaking about girls, we're speaking about sports, we're speaking about whatever bullshit comes to our mind. In this break room, the breaks only last from 2:30 to 2:45, so only a 15-minute time period are we allowed to be in there before we're taken back out to work. So we're chilling, talking about whatever, talking about this. And in this break room to our right of where we're sitting, there are four vending machines. One for chips, one for drinks, one for more drinks, and another one for chips. And as we're speaking, I see this one guy walk into the break room, and I'm like, oh, I recognize that kid. And then Gary's like, wait, hang on, what do you recognize him for? I'm like, oh yeah, the guy just always buys the same thing. And then I'm thinking to myself, wait, hang on, the guy buys the same thing almost every single day. I want to know why. I see this kid walking almost all the time. So right now it's December 20th, 2023. This semester started in August. This kid's been doing the exact same thing all year long. So I'm thinking, okay, I've got to ask him some questions. So I get up. Gary's like, all right, bro, you got that. Walk over to him. Boop, 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 boop. When I get over to him, we're now sitting like at least 2 feet apart. I'm like, yo, bro, what are you getting? He's like, Sour Patch Kids. I'm like, all right, that's fair, that's fair. How many times do you get this, bro? He's like, oh yeah, like pretty much every day. Every day or every other day. And I'm like, oh wow, it's impressive. Wait, do you work? He's like, oh, nah, I don't work. Like, wait, hang on. If you don't work, then where's this money coming from? How are you buying this shit every day? It's just like $2.75 every single day. That's at least $14. It's like, oh, my mom's bank account. Or if he didn't say my mom's bank account, another thing I've heard him say before is my savings account. I'm like, how do you even have say? Okay, I just wanted to brush over that point because I didn't want to get too tunnel vision on that already. It's already a red flag. So then he's like, oh yeah, no. So I just use my mom's bank account, my mom's savings account. Yeah, whatever. I'm like, oh, okay. So wait, why do you eat the Sour Patch Kids? It's like, oh well, I just like them. Yeah, all right, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair. Is this all you're eating every day? And he's like, no. Well, oh no. I didn't ask him that. No. I said, do you eat before? I said, do you eat before going to the vending machine? He's like, nah, not really. I'm like, why not? He's like, I'm trying to cut. Huh? Now I didn't say that like out in person, but for a second I literally stopped. Like for a second, my brain fell out of my ass, and I was like, hang on a second. This guy just said he. Okay. Let's move past that point. I'm like, okay, you going to the gym? Are you exercising while trying to cut? And he's like, nah, I'm just eating less. And then when it comes to dinner time, I'll just eat whatever my mom cooks or whenever she brings food from McDonald's. So I want you to perceive this in your mind, okay? We're gonna think about this together. 5'6", 130 pounds, white kid, skinny fat. He's like 135 pounds, but he's also skinny fat. It's like skinny fat's like when you're how would I describe this? You have more body fat. Your arms are skinny, like small, but your stomach is fat somehow. So that is skinny fat. And this kid is that. And I asked him, well, hang on, why are you trying to cut? It's like, oh, I just want to lose some of this fat that's around my belly. Okay, so why don't you exercise that? He's like, it's just not really for me. It's not really for me. I don't really enjoy it. As soon as he said that, bro, I just looked at him, dabbed him up. Yeah, good job. Walked back to my table with Gary. We spoke for a little bit, yada, yada, yada. And then the bell struck. We started walking back to the class, yada, yada. Conversation over. What I learned from that conversation, was a mindset that truly like shaped my weightlifting journey. And I want you to carry this too. You're probably asking yourself, do I bulk or do I cut? Do I maintenance phase or do I maintenance phase? Main, gain, tain. Jesus Christ. My answer, bulk. 99.9% of the time, you will always be better off bulking. Why? Because first of all, you don't deserve to cut. Second of all, we as men, we look better. We are like perceived as more attractive, and we get more respect when we are bigger, when we have like more size to ourselves. When your dumbass decides to start cutting because he wants to get abs so he can take better pictures, which will get him laid faster, when your dumbass decides to do that, you significantly delay the process it takes for you to bulk and to look bigger. Because simply put, when you cut, when you don't have enough muscle, when you don't have enough muscle or fat, like when you cut when you're goddamn like my size, I'm not even that big, bro. When you cut when you're my size, like 100, anything below 200, and you're anything below 200 pounds, what you're doing, and you don't have that much muscle either, what you're doing is you're setting your future self up for literal failure. Because think about it, at the end of that cut, you're gonna have less muscle than when you started, which is weird, huh? You're gonna have less muscle. But not only that, you're gonna have to add that to the amount of time it'll take for you to bulk. So let's say your bulking phase will last at least like a year and a half to 2 years. That you'll be bulking, you'll be gaining size. When you decide to cut for 3 months now to start getting abs, ooh, yeah, I wanna get abs. When you decide to cut right now, what you're doing for 3 to 6 months, you're adding that onto the 1.5 years of your bulking phase because that's another 3 to 6 months that you'll be looking small as fuck. You don't deserve the cut. You don't. You don't deserve to look small right now. Right now, your main priority when it comes to building muscle should be building size. Size. And then the way that you would do that is simply by eating the natural like amount of calories you eat today. You're gonna eat more calories. You're gonna be in a caloric surplus. So let's say you eat 1,800 calories today. From now on, and for like pretty much the next 2 years, we will always be trying to eat up to maybe like 2K, 2.2K, 2.5K. That is how many calories you're going to be eating. We need to be in a high caloric surplus so that when we gain more fat, whilst also weightlifting, like doing resistance training, we'll also be gaining muscle at the same time. So I've also heard of this concept known as the maintenance, fuck me, bro. Main gaining, where you, what was it? Lose belly fat, like lose body fat, but build muscle at the same time. And yeah, sure, it works. You can go look for videos on that. I'm not gonna bother explaining to you how it works though. Why? Because I simply just think it's not as efficient as simply just eating. Like, all you need to do, eat more, do more training. Boom, there you go. You've just won. You've simply just won the secret hack to getting respect. And then something else too. Fuck. The biggest mistake that everyone will encounter is, do I dirty bulk or do I clean bulk? Like lean bulk. Now, my answer, like my response to this, do I dirty bulk or do I clean bulk? Lean bulk. My answer is simply lean bulk, always. Because here's what the people that want you to dirty bulk will tell you. They'll tell you that as long as fit your macros, as long as you can get to 2.5K calories, you're good. As long as you can get to this X amount, it's okay. I think not. I think that calories, yeah, calories are calories, but the simple nutrients within the calorie itself diverse so heavily. So, that kid that made, oh boy, the kid I was talking about at the start of the story, he's making one of the worst mistakes of all time. And that is eating shit food whilst cutting. Because here's the thing, the Sour Patch Kids and the McDonald's that he's eating has two different types of sugars, not types of sugar, sorry, has two different shit effects that he's gonna have to deal with. The first one is insulin, and insulin causes the two problems I'm about to speak about. It makes you more fat. It literally makes your blood more lethargic, more weak, and then you end up gaining more fat. That's one thing we don't want. And then the second thing is you feel dumb. I want to find the study again. There was a study about these guys that were like, they were living in Eastern countries, like Eastern countries. They moved over into the West, and then they started eating Western food, and like they'd had an IQ test before and after. So they had the IQ test when they're in the Eastern country. The IQ test is given something like 150, whatever. They move over to the West. They start eating the Western diet. 2 months later, they take the same IQ test. Their IQ literally like, what's the opposite of the word doubled? I want to say like negative. It literally went down. They became dumber from eating Western food because of how much sugar, how much processed bullshit is in it. So when you hear people say, "Oh yeah, it fits your macros," Don't believe them. A calorie is a calorie, and you, dumbass, you know for a fact whether or not the food you're about to eat is good or bad for you. Just by looking at it, you can tell whether or not it's natural and it's healthy. And by how it tastes. Oh man, so much more science to get on about this, but simply put, bro, best case scenario, you're lean bulking and you're building size, not as a dumbass that's just eating Krispy Kreme donuts and pizza so you can gain weight. Stop that. So what I want you to take away from this video is that you need to bulk. You think you're so special. You think you're so important. You think you're the outlier that, oh, I know, he's not talking about me. I'm actually already big, so I don't need to bulk. Bulk. Eat more food. Get into that caloric surplus. Best case scenario, you download the MyFitness app and use MyFitnessPal. You start tracking your food, tracking your macros. That's like a high tier advanced level. I don't think you're at that point yet. For now, bro, when you feel tired, just eat more food. When you don't feel like eating more, just eat more anyways. Whilst also doing the resistance training that I've already set you in the workout routine in the description. You have the answers in front of you, bro. You want to get bitches? You want to get girls? Build a physique. Building a physique to get the girls is so much better than just chasing them outright whilst you're low on the sexual market value. That's an entirely different term. Actually, yeah, I want to make another video about that. The sexual market value. You know what that is, bro? It's a term in the red pill. Sexual market value, your SMV. That's like an entirely different video topic, but like how much value you bring to the table when it comes to dating. I really, really think that you bulking, building size will help that so much. I seriously think that'll help. Think about it though. When you look like a pencil, when you're built like this, skinny neck, bat traps, you just look tiny as fuck. When you look tiny, how much more respect are you gonna get from girls, bro? Such a little amount compared to the guy that actually looks threatening, that looks like a threat. Why not be that guy? Why not? But you're gonna click off this video, you're just gonna go back to eating whatever bullshit you want to eat. I'm telling you right now, bro, bulk. Get that caloric surplus. Look bigger.